Well, welcome everyone, and for those of you who just have signed into the conference call, this is Vanessa Woodkey from Human Resources. I'll be facilitating this meeting because, as some of you may know, Janine got called out of town today, so I'll facilitate on her behalf. She's left me her file, thankfully, because I'm not sure I would know what was going on. Also, just to let you know, one of her assistants is sitting in with me in my office to record the minutes of our meeting. So thank you very much for that. I guess we can get started right away now with the agenda items. First on the agenda is just to explain the mandate of our committee. Basically, we have been called together and formed as a committee so that we can make a policy recommendation to John Cody, our Vice President of Operations, regarding the IAAP. And as most of you know, that is let me make sure I get this right now, the International Association of Administrative Professionals. So we'll just call it the IAAP from this point forward. That's a little easier to say. Specifically, John wants to know three things from us. He's had this question put forth, and Janine is very concerned about these questions. The first one is, should the company be paying for our admin staff to join this association, and also for their memberships, and also for their dinner meetings? So I think the dinner meetings happen once a month, and there's a fee for that of approximately $30 to $40. The fees, the whole fee structure will be attached to these minutes, but really just the important part is this something that companies should be paying for? The second thing that John wants us to come up with a recommendation on is if we should be covering the cost of the certification exams. I believe another meeting is going to be scheduled regarding the cost of these exams and what the exams are all about, but that's certainly one of the mandates of our committee. And the third thing we are asked to review is if employees who become members and receive certification, if they should then receive an increase in pay because of these factors. So John is looking for us to give him some feedback, and so that he can make a wise decision in this regard. Lucky him. The next thing I guess we should do is, as the agenda states, is explain why each of us were invited to participate on this committee. And I'm going to suggest that we each provide our own input. I would just ask that before you speak, if you could just say your first name so that our recorder knows who is saying what. With teleconferencing, as you know, it's kind of difficult to know the voices. So if you don't mind, I will just start. And basically, I have been invited to participate from the employee development perspective. So our administrative staff are looking at joining this association, perhaps getting certification, and the human resources perspective needs to be included here as to whether this is a good thing for our employees or not. If I could ask maybe Vijay to let us know your involvement in this committee.
Yes, well, sure, it's Vijay Chopra here, and thank you, Vanessa. I've been asked by John to sit on a number of committees for the organization, and I guess what he's looking for from me is the point of view from professional standards that we have with the professional engineering association here in Alberta. It's the APEGA, and we find that all our engineers are members. They must be members. We want them to have this status. It's important, and so perhaps John is looking for my input from, what benefit we as a company get from having all our engineers as members of the APEGA Association here in Alberta and across the country in the different associations. I don't know if somebody else wants to go now.
Oh, sure. It's Darlene Summers here in finance, and of course I'm always invited to have some input on how this is going to affect our bottom line. Obviously, if we have all our admin staff joining an organization and writing exams, going to dinner meetings, there's going to be a cost impact, and I guess I'll be evaluating that. But I also think I have a point of view that, our accountants are almost all members of professional organizations, so maybe I've got something to say about that too.
Great, thank you very much. And I guess, Ian, if you're still on the line, can we have some input and an introduction from you?
Well, yes, I'm on the safety department here, and I guess John just wants me to spend more time in meetings, doesn't he? I don't know. I probably am going to be the black sheep of this family because I don't know if I think the memberships in these organizations are all that it's cracked up to be. I've got so many safety organizations that I don't even know what the initials stand for, and I've got one employee belonging to one and another one belonging to another, and one's more expensive, and I don't know if it's any good whatsoever, but I guess that's what he wants to hear from me, so I'll be the negative guy.
Well, thank you very much, Ian. I'm sure that your input will be valid, whether it's positive or negative. At least it'll make us see, what we're up against here. So really, this is just an introductory meeting. I'd like to maybe leave Janine with some initial thoughts from each of us as to what our questions are to begin with. I know at our next meeting she wants to tackle the issue of whether or not the company should pay for the memberships. Does anybody have any questions about memberships? I will ask Janine to attach the fee structure to these minutes so that you have a chance to look over them before the next meeting and you can see what the membership fee structure is. Is there anything else that any of you would like her to add to the attachment so that you've got some more information?
This is VJ here, Vanessa, and I would just like to know if there are other organizations. Like I've said, with the APEGA, that's here in Alberta, but for these professional administrators, is there another organization that they could belong to? Are we going to have the same problem that Ian's got with so many different organizations and one wanting to belong to one and another to another? So maybe she could just tell us if this is the only one or why she's chosen this one.
This is Darlene again, and I think the things that come up quite often are there different levels of membership. So in her fee structure, could she include if there's, I don't know, maybe just a social membership versus a professional membership, or do you get a different rate if you're certified, or what are the different levels of membership, I guess is what I'm asking. And also if there's different discounted rates for group memberships. So if our company has 10 members or 100 members, is there a different rate? Because we often don't find that out until after we've paid individual rates, and then we find out later that we could have got a discount. So maybe she could check into that as well.
Good point, Darlene. Thank you very much for that. The only other thought that I had,
Oh, sorry. This is Ian. I don't want to interrupt you there, Vanessa. But one of the real problems that you've got to look at here is what about your people in the field? Because if they're working in the field and they're belonging to this membership, well, how are they going to come into the dinner meetings and how do they get the benefit of belonging to that organization?
Well, that's a good point, Ian. Thank you very much. And actually, I can look into that myself. That'll be an action item for me, because I can find out how many admin staff we have in the field, and I can see if any of them would be even interested in joining. So we'll get that feedback for the next meeting. I thought I had another idea, but I guess it's gone from me. If I think of it, I will definitely bring it up at the next meeting, but I guess that'll be fine for now. So why don't we adjourn for today? And if everybody's okay for this time of day, could we schedule the next meeting for next week at this time? And just to follow up here, action items for Janine are to attach the membership fee structure to these minutes, including the different levels of membership. She also needs to find out if there are other organizations that admin professionals might want to belong to instead of this one. And I guess I'm just going to look into how many admin staff in the field would be affected by this type of membership. So if there is nothing else to add, anybody else, any comments?
VJ here again. Pleasure meeting you all. And no, I'm good. So thanks and bye-bye.
This is Darlene. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Ian signing out. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.